can I just say, I woke up in the middle of the night and I knew what I was going to do, and everything was so clear to me. And now that I'm sat here in front of the camera, it's like I can't remember what I was going to say, but it was crystal clear in the middle of the night, crystal clear. But anyway, sorry. Let me start again. So basically, I'm going to give you an energetic overview. It's the source is astrological knowledge that I have, but I'm going to try not to speak about the astrology itself, right? I'm going to try to just give you an energetic overview without mentioning the planets, the aspects, or anything, okay? So basically, from now, today is, I think, the 14th. From now until about, let's say, the 10 days after the new moon on the 17th, so that'll be the 27th, you have a really, really, really fertile opportunity to sow some seeds for what you want in your life. You are literally sowing the seeds for the next 20 years. You need to do something, you need to take action. You need to do anything, whether that be write down a list, write down your intention with power, with vigor, but a cheat code to getting manifesting what you desire at this time is going to be to put some energy into it, to put some power into it, okay? And that's going to be either taking up some kind of physical activity that you're doing, or starting a yoga practice, or starting to go to the gym, or anything you can think of that requires ownership of your body, like your mass kind of thing, and dedicate that towards your goal that you are wanting to achieve. That is how you're going to get it done. So, for example, I have just finished my first tennis lesson. I was a natural. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. I was a natural. But the reason I started tennis was because I was like, okay, what physical activity can I do that I will super enjoy, that I can dedicate towards, what's that thing in yoga where we kind of dedicate the practice to something at the beginning of the practice. Basically, it's like that. It's like, right, I'm doing tennis, and this tennis is to propel me closer to what I would like to manifest. So at this time, you are wanting to stretch the limits of your imagination. And by stretch the limits of your imagination, I mean really, really, really surrender to what it is you want to desire, and don't think, just do. Don't put any perceived limits. Don't say, okay, how, when, where, why. None of that concerns you. Just take the first step. Okay? Take the first step into doing that thing. And then another trick is going to be repetitive action, right? If you can dedicate yourself to something and show up every single time for that thing that you are wanting to manifest, that is how you are going to get it done. Okay. So, surrendering, yeah, removing limits, um, dedication, repetition of that thing. And by surrendering, also like not overthinking that it has to be perfect, just surrendering to how messy it might be, and just being like, okay, well, at least I've done it. At least I can tick that box and say I've done it. Okay, pretend you are my teenage son who I've said fold those clothes, and he just folds them and they're folded, but really it's not in there. Okay, just do that. I know we all have standards that we want to keep, but this is not the time to be, you know, have standards about things, so to speak. This is a time to really just surrender. What else can I? Oh, action. And I've already mentioned that, just using your physical body and anything that requires some strength and power and just kind of perseverance. Anything that you can do that is within that kind of realm would be absolutely fantastic. What else do I want to say? Lean into your shortcomings, your wounds, anything that you might have experienced that makes you feel inadequate. Maybe share it with the world. Maybe share, how afraid you are of something, or where you've been hurt, or where something hasn't quite worked the way you wanted it to. This is like a good way to just, you know, really be your true self. There is something right now about being and embodying your true self. This is not the time to, you know, do things how other people do them, like, at all. This is the time where you just have to be like, you know, that is how I did it, and I'm owning that. Just own yourself, be yourself, and just watch the world do its magic for you. I cannot stress enough how important this window is. Everything is set up like for you to win. The universe wants you to win right now. It is not a joke. However, you must take that chance. Of course, you can start anything at any time, but sometimes a more what's that word? Sometimes a more auspicious than others. And this is an auspicious time to take that first step. Yeah? Take that first inspired action towards who you see yourself as. Okay? Who you are wanting to embody. Okay? Do the thing. I don't know what the thing is. You know what the thing is, because you haven't been able to stop thinking about it, I'm sure. So yeah, that's my 2 pence. I don't think I mentioned astrology at all, hopefully. And yeah, so I wanted to test out just doing one that wasn't, that where I'm not talking particularly about the planets and aspects and things. And then I will do another one where I am discussing the planets and aspects and things. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was useful. And I will catch you another time. Bye.